Welcome back. Collaboration is a key to success in any business, and agriculture is no exception. Brad Bulla takes us to Central Florida to explain how Dow AgroSciences is partnering with extension specialists from all over the United States to help ranchers improve their pastures and their bottom lines.
Growing more grass gives cattle producers their lowest cost opportunity to put more pounds on their cattle. Developing strategies to improve pasture performance was one of the goals for the annual Pasture Summit, a gathering held in Central Florida that brought together weed, forage, and beef specialists from all over the country.
The Pasture Summit came about because we needed to have a kind of a collective view of the U.S. In terms of what are the issues that people are dealing with and how Dow can maybe provide some support to universities or some of our private contractors to kind of help solve these issues in our pastures.
So working with Extension, they see a lot of things out in the field day in and day out that maybe we wouldn't see at Dow AgroSciences. What are they seeing out there? What are the challenges that are facing them not only today but into the future? And what we do is we'll take that information back, we'll analyze what we heard, and that helps us understand what we should be focusing on for the future, so we make sure that we bring the right products to deliver the right solutions, which ultimately is going to increase production for that end user.
Knowing that extension specialists are the boots on the ground, Dow AgroSciences field scientists are committed to supporting the partnership with these experts in order to develop real-world solutions to improve grass and forage performance.
I think it's really a team approach because industry is going to reach individuals that myself and Extension aren't going to reach. I'm going to be able to reach individuals they're not going to be able to reach, and they sometimes have resources to do things I can't do and vice versa. And so if we can work together and have some of these meetings like this Pasture Summit where we're all sitting at the table and sharing ideas, that's where we really make this big leap to the next stage with some of our efforts, and that's really the value that I see in working with industry.
Our extension specialists are just, they're spread very thin, but they do a fantastic job. They have the close connection with the producers. They are educating, they're helping them understand how to take the information that we collectively develop and disseminate it to their producers in their states. And so they're just a valuable resource to make sure that the producers are fed all the proper information and understand how to implement a program approach to weed management and pasture management.
The Pasture Summit in Florida also included a field visit to see what's working for the land and cattle at the Deseret Ranch. A major focus of the summit was to exchange ideas about the best strategies to help producers better control weeds and manage their forage.
So that's one of the things that we really have to talk to our producers about, that just because it's green doesn't mean it's grass, and really getting out. I've started talking to producers and I tell them we need to take the goal approach. Let's stop looking from our truck window and let's get out and look. So that's where you get the goal, and actually get into our pastures and see what we have there. If we start really implementing strategic weed management into our pastures, we really see a lot of more production, and more production equals more pounds and more dollars.
One of the things that we try to do also is to give people examples of producers that have incorporated weed management into a regular approach. One of the themes of this year's meeting is being more proactive about weed management within a pasture. It's very easy to become more reactive, so that, oh my goodness, there's a weed problem there and I need to do something about it. More than likely that weed problem's been there all along. And I think that one of the examples that we've seen in this meeting is just an example of a producer that has turned that into a very proactive approach, goes in and does their weed management very early in the year, gets the forage response, increases the stocking rate, puts it all together and turns it into a more profitable program.
So obviously, if a weed is outcompeting the desired crop, the crop is not there for production in order for feed for the animal. So the less food that's in the field or feed that's in the field, the weeds are going to take that over, and just the bottom line, you're wasting the space that the forage is being grown on.
When people are hesitant to think about forage resources, I put it to them like this. Our pastures are a valuable piece of real estate. And a lot of times if we want more acres to graze, we think about either renting land or buying land. And a lot of times herbicide is a much cheaper solution than going out and renting the neighbor's pasture or buying that other piece of land. It's the herbicide application is the cheapest way to buy real estate, in my opinion, on the farm. And so people that are kind of struggling with how do I increase the size of my cow herd and do I want to invest in the pasture, I think that's one of the first steps is one, reclaim the pasture that you have.
With a commitment to producer success, both the extension agents and Dow AgroSciences scientists appreciate the exchange of information between the groups that will ultimately help producers identify and utilize better management tools and systems.
We get to see some of the new information that the weed specialists are doing with herbicides, which translates in information that we can pass to producers, but we can also use it to get new ideas and test new products in our settings, and also use those as a tool to train county personnel, county agents that might be working directly with those producers. So allow us to filter a lot of information back to the producer through different venues.
I get the knowledge and I get ideas. And so, you know, it'd be great if all the producers were here at Deseret and seeing firsthand what's happening, but they're not. I'm the one that's here. So a lot of times what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna work with my local Dow rep. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna set up demonstrations on farms where I have similar problems, similar setups. And we're gonna put out some plot work there and then bring in some producers from local farms in the area, the region, and have them come see firsthand again. Just kind of recreate some of this stuff, maybe some different weed issues we're having, but nonetheless, setting up those demonstration plots, sometimes that's the best educational tool I can have.
At the end of the day, hopefully it means increased revenue, right? If they can grow more grass, produce more animals on less land, and have more forages there, essentially they're not having to go off farm and get those forages somewhere else. So it's really important, especially as a lot of markets continue to fluctuate up and down. In the down times, that return on your investment, even in the up times, return on your investment is very important. So that's what we ultimately are trying to do, is get them a better return on their investment. So Extension and AgroSciences working together allows us to educate more folks and bring solutions. And ultimately, we want to grow more grass. And what that allows us to do is have them grow more beef, feed more animals per acre. So it's really a win-win situation. But without the partnerships, we wouldn't be able to do that alone.
Reporting from the Pasture Summit in Central Florida, I'm Brad Bulla for NCBA's Cattlemen to Cattlemen.
To learn more about Dow AgroSciences' research and development of range and pasture solutions for cattle producers, visit their website at rangeandpasture.com.